Hello again, traders. Right. Oh, I need to check this is recording. Yeah, it is recording. Sorry. Been out with friends, bit of lunch, early lunch, or late breakfast, brunch, should I say? And I've got to get something off my chest, really. I'm not sure whether I've already talked about this on my videos. I don't watch my own videos. I know I've talked about it with a few people, followers on Twitter, YouTube, and trader friends. Um, I need to step away from uh, the free stuff anymore, giving away free stuff anymore, because for my own sanity, really, because it's just getting too good. What I'm doing is improving at such a rate now. I'm helping friends, trader friends, and even people that can't trade now, having conversations with them where I wouldn't have wanted to teach them to trade before because it was, it's a road to hell. It can cause all sorts of problems, relationships, families, um, and it needs to be said. I've said this in the previous video, but there is no such thing as a fast way to learn this, in my opinion. It's your it's a you're dealing with the worst mind games ever. Fear and greed, I think. Fear of missing out and the greed factor. That even though you may well have earned more than you could, or made, sorry, in a trade or two, more than you might have done in a week or month or whatever, it doesn't mean you're going to keep hold of it. And that's the important thing. But having said that, excuse me, I think, I always set out to, this is no secret, I set out to find a way for myself to overcome the FOMO and fear and greed thing and stress, to find trades anytime I like when I get in, as it were. Open a chart, find a trade. And this is what is happening. I mean, I woke up this morning as an example, rolled over uh, and opened the charts because I always do. And I'm on my own, so single as it were, so no one to disturb. Um, and there was a trade there, so I took it. That was good. Tried to get back to sleep, couldn't. So best way to spend my time is screen time, learning more and more about these charts. So took another three trades before 7 in the morning, before anyone else got up. So point being, I've uh, I've made such huge steps, huge steps over the last few years since I've been involved with Twitter, stroke X, since COVID. So it's 4.5 years, and it just keeps getting better. So I really now need to concentrate on fewer people. Uh, there are so many people out there now willing to steal the shirt from your back, even more so than when I got back into social media with trading in about 2016, which is when I started the YouTube channel again. It's all up there. Well, I've hidden most of it, privatized most of it now because people are stealing it and they can't trade. They're just perpetuating the greed and the criminality, in my opinion. I mean, it is criminal. Some of these people charging 10 grand for a year's mentorship when really and truthfully, you should open your charts, look at a 2B, see why it works, why it doesn't work, understand that it works on every time frame, and the 1, 2, 3 reversals and all the other patterns that we can enter using these momentum indicators and timing and everything else, multi-time frame. You should really only need to study that stuff. To learn the pattern, it's 2 bars on a 2B. It's the poke and the trigger, and then add the multi-time frame. So that's a little bit more complicated. But you know what you should look for on one time frame. That doesn't take a year to learn that, or 2 years, as one mentor wants to pretend trader, whatever he is. Disgusts me, these people. and the same guy, 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year, you can sign up with him. I don't. When I was testing the 3CR against every other trader, that was when I was getting involved in other traders' stuff, like Roger Banks and watching his live room. I like his style a lot, but I was there sitting in his room shouting, "No, that's you're trading straight into support, straight into resistance." You know, it, it, it's it, it's just it was when he was Wicks Don't Lie, and it was just like painful. And other live rooms, live room with a guy trading fundies, disgusting uh, state of affairs, trading 300,000 or 400,000 euros of his own family's money, and the live room giving signals, and marrying trades, and blowing up the whole lot, the whole live room, the whole of his family's money, because he believed in these euro fundamentals. It was when the pigs thing was going on, Portugal, Italy, um, might have been Gibraltar as well. I don't know where the G came from, but way back, sitting in that room, thinking. And I actually had a conversation with her. I said, "Look, you've got that 3CR there. You're not gonna. It's gonna do a pullback or whatever." They wouldn't have any of it. But I wasn't arguing with him because he was actually supposedly a more experienced trader than me. 10 years, whatever. At the time, I probably had 5 or 6. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. So basically, guys, um, anyone that's been with me more than a month or 2 or 3 has got the basics off my Twitter feed. You should really now be, if you have to spend the next 5, 10, 15 years overcoming your own um, um mental battlegrounds, then that's what you have to do. I just keep trying to explain what worked for me. And it wasn't a fast process, 2 years into trading, I thought I'd cracked it. 1 year, you got all these now. You got the whole thing, in another cycle now. You've got all these funded people that buy a funded account, or some guys are spending 55, 60 grand. I've got screen captures of their expenditure on challenge over challenge over challenge over challenge. And then you've got a few guys, and they're still, they've spent all that money and blown it. It's gone. And then you've got guys that selling courses and live room subscriptions. There's one he was bragging about having 1,500 people in his room, and all he really is a prop firm promoter. And he's charging these. I don't know. He's taking 150 grand a month out of people, and it's beyond horrible. Hang on, I think I've got someone at the door. Just pause this. False alarm. So yeah, I don't want hundreds of people in a room. I think I've got more to offer. Um, One-to-ones, maybe some sort of bespoke video type thing. You ask a question, I can reply to the video when it suits me, between swimming, walking on the beach, using a gym. Going to be doing a lot more traveling in the winter time. And I think there is an argument for perceived value as well. So you've got the scammers and failures cheating everyone and stealing other people's ideas, which I don't want to happen again. You've got the perceived value idea where people think free is worthless. And then, personally, I'm coming up with so many new ways that I don't want to give away for free anymore. They're coming in. I must have a dozen or so now, and this isn't like an upsell type thing. I don't need to. But the fact is, if you're following what I do with the multi-time frame thing, then you will be seeing this for yourself. But it takes it takes years and years, as many of the people that follow me and talk to me on DM and stuff like that have done. They understand. We all understand that 5 or 10 years is nothing in trying to overcome your. I mean, look at this going up now. It's done. You've done the push up, the pullback, and the continuation. And I've posted dozens and dozens and dozens, scores of charts recently with exactly the same setups. I'm only going to trade this long. I'm not going to trade this short. I'm not just going to hit that red bar there short because, I mean, as it happens, it's got divergence and stuff, but it's not in the direction of the higher time frames. End of the day, overextended ADRs, yes, I need to change this to 5 days. The markets are so volatile, so I've got in my opinion, I've got a wealth of experience now, and it's growing day by day, and it's actually making more sense day by day. I just can't actually believe how I've used how much you can improve in such a small space of time after such a long space of time. It's really bizarre. Um, and I think I've been thinking about that and chatting to other traders about it. I think it's because you trust your method. The 3CR I trust implicitly because I built it, and I built that on the best in the world pattern, 2B reversals and 1, 2, 3 lower highs and higher lows. Thank you, Vic Sporandio, for that. That was because the eureka moment told me about the precision. We're talking about, 3 or 4 decimal places. 1 point makes the difference between a confirmation and a failure. I mean, some fail, you always get that, but if you see enough of them, thousands of them, then you will even learn why they fail. There's all sorts of reasons trades fail, and there's all sorts of reasons trades go to a profit. And not even I don't feel like I've even scratched the surface. It just keeps improving. You the timing aspect makes all the difference. Last week I worked out a way to get 4 different types of charts, time frames, whatever you want to call it. Heiken Ashes and bar charts and Renkos and ticks onto my MT4 chart using C Trader. So um, that's a whole new Pandora's box of excitement opening up. So, um, how many times have I said on Twitter in the roughly 47,000 tweets I've put up on there in the last 4.5 years, all free, of course, followed my journey? How many times have I said I just can't believe I thought I'd stopped learning last month, last year, whatever, and then something new crops up. Well, I see that every day now. I see it on these set of charts I've been looking at this morning: gold, GJ, the US Tech, and Dow. It's and you only really need a couple of charts, but I've managed to get mine down to about 5 or 6 related, pretty much related yen pairs and the indices. But you can with this stuff now, we trade anything, any time frame, swing trade, great H4 time frames. This is all for the newer traders. All the people that have followed me for years, excuse me, know this already, and which is why I say to you, if I introduce a subscription plan, which I intend to do now, a very very low key affair with hopefully just a few people, maybe a dozen or so, that really and truthfully only need to be with me for 3 or 4 weeks, and I can ram home all my ideas, and that's all they are, ideas. And I do have a saying now on Twitter for newer traders that are listening to this: don't listen to any trader, me included, of course. Just look at the 2B pattern and then prove to yourself how it works, how well it works, and then you may come back to me and you can listen to me. But don't do it without studying the charts and things yourself. And this goes for all these people out there that steal other people's methods and call them something else, or say their way is the only way, or take the highway. Um, it's not right to do that, to say that, because actually we're all trading the same thing anyway. FVG is some sort of made up name for some sort of supply and demand thing, um, and all these different other names, bullets and God knows what else, CRTs, to an extent the 3CR, and then you've got all those. I mean, I haven't even touched the surface with how to trade all those really, really ancient baby pips, um, 3 or 4 candle patterns. I mean, this is how exciting it is, really. So all you need is a month or so basis on how to attack. You've got your pivots. That's a great strategy. Pivot to pivot. You've got your daily open line. Fantastic strategy. Uh, Back to the daily open line. Back from a pivot to another pivot. At certain times of day, you've got the overextended ADR, as we talked about already. You've got the multi-time frame, everything. So you don't need to do these year-long £10,000 courses or whatever they are, and however many thousands of people are selling all this crap online. Just concentrate on, understand that everything works for all sorts of different reasons, but ultimately, obviously, it's the same reason. It's just the way the charts move. But certain people spot different phenomena, and then just keep improving on it, and then certain people just keep selling, trading myths. I could cite dozens of them, but it's just boring. So um, that's it, guys. I had to get that off my chest because my improvements now, I can't share them anymore. I don't want to share them anymore. Um, there's too many of them as well, to be honest with you. But they all complement, so that's the important thing. A lot of traders just develop all these different methods, and they're not related to the core method, um, and the core of this, what I do, as I say, 3CR strategies, 3CR system trades, whatever. The core is the 3CR. No, actually, that's wrong. The core is the 2B reversal, because that's far simpler to understand. And then the 3CR is not an improvement as such, it's an addition. And then the momentum, the RSI came first, the bust, pullback, break and close. And there's a good little one there. And that's the bust up, that's the pullback, and that's the break and close above the bust up, which is that candle there. And you can't unsee that stuff. It's with the 3CR. I always used to say the bust, pullback, break and close above the bust. Hope you're seeing what I'm seeing. This is similar. Bust, all that pullback, break and close above the high of that. I'm actually struggling to see. It's such a bright day outside that it's making something weird going on with my charts. But this one's great because I'll take the line off there, put it on the candle before. You can actually see the digital numbers. Well, if my eyes are working correctly today. Value 1, by the looks of it, 100. Do it again because it is a bit weird like that. 10.16. Let's try it again. 10.161, I should have said. Do it again. 10.161, and that'll be 12.653. But if that was 10.162, that's a break and close above 161. So, and that is how precise I do this stuff. That is not, if it's below 161, it would not be a trigger. It would not be a signal. That's why that thing complemented the 3CR so well, because if that wouldn't have triggered, that line would not be there. if this candle hadn't broken above, closed above that one by, I'm not sure what Aaron put there as the number, but it was for me, one micro pip makes the difference. If it closes equal, that's considered a break. Same as this. If these close exactly the same, in my opinion, that's not held. It's not held as resistance. In other words, it's not held as the level. It's been broken because it closed equally. That's the trigger. Same goes for the PCRs. So anyway, I've gone right off topic, but the point is, there's so much knowledge that can't be shared, and so much uh, ideas that can't be shared just by tweeting on Twitter and creating free videos. Another thing that I didn't mention earlier about the videos, about the my time. My time's precious. Everyone's time is precious to them, family and stuff like that, friends. Not only that, but making one video, it's taken me about 4 or 5 attempts to put this video together. It does often almost every video, so they can't, that can't go on either. I've been happy to do it because I've been learning. I can't really learn anymore, and the real sour taste of people stealing stuff is horrible now. So I haven't worked out how I'm going to proceed with things at this stage. There's a lot of people out there that I want to bring on, as it were, and at the end of the day, it's a great example. My friend's washing machine broke the other day. Plumber wants 100 quid just to come out for 10 minutes, or a washing machine expert, or whatever it is. His time's valuable. Everyone's time's valuable. If they've got a skill that they can pass on to hopefully improve someone else's quality of life, otherwise, no dirty washing hanging around, then it makes you think things like that. Electricians, they all want fortunes just for 10 minutes work. So there you go, guys. Sorry about that, but life's too short to look at this. It's going up again. So that's the push up, pull back, and we've just broken the high of that, and up it goes. That would be sort of trade 7 or 8 today. So it's all over here. I don't really use this like I used to originally. It's just now a glance at it, see what's happening, and see whether I can get a trade out of it. So they're everywhere. You just got to find the right people to follow, actually. And that sounds awfully arrogant, but at the end of the day, I'm producing these methods, these strategies. They're working day in, day out. Who cares what goes on behind the scenes? I spend my quality of life is more important than owning a yacht and although I've had a yacht, only a like 34 foot thing, I think it was. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Supercars, villas, cruises, watches, none of it matters. If you can spot trades and they look the same, repeat, 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 that is all you should worry about. And those are the people that you should learn from. Okay. All right. So sorry for the preach, guys, and sorry for the long-winded video, but uh, I'm excited, so excited for the future, because that's the point I didn't make. I reckon now I could treat a 3-year-old how to trade this. I seriously believe, and this has come from conversations with my friends recently. We've been watching charts. They've been dumbstruck, quite frankly. But those 3-year-olds or whatever would still have to control their fear and greed. But the more trades they can see happening more and more, then all they've got to do is really just improve on the discipline. If you need to make £1,000 a day, or £100 a day, or £10 a day, or whatever, then that's your target in life. keep a roof above your head, feed yourselves, and have a fantastic quality of life. All right, once again, sorry for the preach. I'm off. The sun's out, I'm out, as they say.